What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another MLB High Five video with your boy. Make sure you drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section, and enter your name into the $100 giveaway that I'm doing this week on this channel. I will announce the winner on Monday's video. As you guys know, I don't do videos on the weekend. I will announce the winner of this week's giveaway as you guys have been commenting and stuff like that. I'll choose a random commenter, announce the winner in Monday's video for that $100. So make sure you get your comments in, all that good stuff, and let's get it. It was another solid day of DFS yesterday, man. Greenlightdfs.com. We've been absolutely on fire. So greenlightdfs.com, you want to get in on the DFS. Greenlightbets.com if you're trying to bet on games. If you live in a state where you can bet on the actual games, money lines, run lines, stuff like that, go to greenlightbets.com. And then gldbreaks.com. We have a 2020-21 NBA certified box to open. It's got some good stuff in there. We're going to do a random division break, so go grab a spot for that. There's only 6 spots available, seeing it's random division. It's NBA. So that'll be fun. As you guys know, you've been seeing me go live, or my little brother go live on this channel later at night to break boxes and just have a good time looking at sports cards and stuff like that. That's something we're interested in, so we're really wanting to hype that back up. As you guys know, you saw a lot of that from me earlier, but that's something I definitely want to, I'm going to have my little brother really get into that and start going ahead and breaking a lot of boxes with you guys, and having a good time and pulling some heat and all types of shit. So we pulled some 1990 Fleer, just having fun last night. We broke some 1990 Fleer basketball, pulled like 4 Michael Jordans that are worth about $250 a piece. Obviously, they're not rookies, but they're still very good value. We had Larry Birds in there. We had some Irvin Johnsons, a.k.a. Magic Johnsons, in there, Scottie Pippen. So we got some great pulls out of that. So, yeah, hit up gldbreaks.com. We've got some personal boxes, too, if you just want us to break a box for you only. Or you can join in on a group break. All right? Thank you guys for joining me. Let's get straight into this. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Greenlightdfs.com. Let's keep smashing. Let's get it. Starting off at pitcher. My favorite pitcher on the slate, and it's hard because he's facing the Dodgers, but at the end of the day, Max Scherzer's been one of the most consistent pitchers on when it comes to on the slate in general and in the league in general. He's facing a good offense, yes, but on a slate with just kind of iffy-ish pitching, like any of these pitchers can get blown up pretty good. I feel safe-ish with Max Scherzer. Scherzer could get blown up, don't get me wrong, this is baseball. But when it comes to K rate, he's light years ahead of anyone else. Max Scherzer's K rate, even if he gives up some home runs, his K rate is so high that he should be able to still have a solid floor. He got 19 against this team previously. I'm expecting over 20 DraftKings points here, and really tonight that might be all you possibly need. So Max Scherzer, I know it's facing the Dodgers, and that can be scary, but Scherzer's been incredibly consistent. His K rate is light years ahead of anybody else on this slate, and he's just a solid SP1, plain and simple. SP2, it's a tough decision, man. I really love picking on Seattle, so Kyle Gibson looks like a very good option. SP2 is a tricky one. There's a lot of different ways you can go, and I'm going to touch on those guys. Kyle Gibson. On the other side of that game, you have Logan Gilbert going against Texas. Texas has been hitting the ball pretty well, though. Joey Gallo is a guy I really like, and I'll talk about him in a minute. Nate Lowe. There's some good lefties on this team that could get to Logan pretty easily. And Kyle Gibson's just been pretty consistent. So, but Gilbert, Kyle Gibson, Drew Smyly is interesting against Miami. You have JT Brubaker, had a solid outing against Milwaukee last time out. And then you got Eduardo Rodriguez going against Oakland, lefty versus Oakland. This is a guy that's popping big for me on projection-wise. He's popping big because his K rate is solid. And Boston's just been putting up some good runs, so should give him a W. So Eduardo Rodriguez is a decent option. Pretty safe-ish cash game feeling option at 7.4. He seems really, really cheap. All right, so, but I'm going to go Kyle Gibson just because when it comes to consistency so far this year, when it comes to matchup against Seattle, Kyle Gibson feels really good. But Kyle Gibson could be Eduardo Rodriguez. It could be Gilbert. It could be a lot of different options. We got a lot of different options at SP2s today. All right, Lance Lynn, even if you want to spend up, if you got some solid value that comes out later. All right, in the outfield, I talked about him a second ago. When it comes to hitters, Joey Gallo. Joey Gallo is only 3.9, and he's been on an absolute tear. Now he's got the lefty-righty matchup here. His price is not fluctuating with how hot he is right now. And you know, in baseball, these guys get hot and they go on these hot streaks, and it is what it is. You play them. Joey Gallo's got a 258 ISO versus righties, so this hot streak is not a fluke. Seattle's bullpen also is bottom in the league versus left-handed bats. Okay, they are bottom in the league versus left-handed bats. So Joey Gallo, Nate Lowe, these guys are solid options against Seattle because not only are they going to have a good time against Gilbert, but once Gilbert leaves, that bullpen also is bad versus lefties. So expect Joey Gallo to get a home run. That is a dinger call for me for sure. Definitely love Joey Gallo. And then I got a couple Coors players. I got Tyler O'Neill that once again I love. The dude's just too cheap at 4-1. Dylan Carlson, the same thing. Carlson and Tyler O'Neill just too cheap. And Paul Goldschmidt. All right, Paul Goldschmidt, they're just, the problem is all of the pros normally don't miss when there's price discrepancies, okay? Us people who study all day, there's just no way to get price discrepancies by us to where when guys are just too cheap, we just take it. You know what I'm saying? The better player, like I noticed on yesterday's slate, right? All of the top pros, the Asimos, McLovin, all the big time pros had the same exact line as me. We all had the same line. All of us pros, we had the same lines yesterday in baseball. All of us. Obviously, I play one line. You guys know me. I don't max enter like they do. One day, maybe when I retire down the line, maybe I'll start max entering. But right now, I like to just focus on one, and I like to focus on what I give my people, and I like to just bring my people over the cash line. I don't really care how much I win personally anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not in it for that. But later on down the line, maybe I will when I retire from this and all that. But I'm saying all of us pros had the same line. And once again, okay, all of the people who know what they're doing and spend time to do research all day, they're pretty much going to be on these St. Louis guys. It's just plain and simple, just obvious, okay? Paul Goldschmidt at 4.8 in Coors is too cheap. Dylan Carlson, 3.9 in Coors, too cheap. Probably leading off, too. Tyler O'Neill, heart of the order, 4.1. Normally, you don't get guys this cheap in Coors. It's as if DraftKings is trying to get everybody just on the same thing. I don't know what they're doing, but plain and simple, it's too easy, and you can't fade them. You got to get exposure to St. Louis. St. Louis is the #1 stack of the day, once again, because of point per dollar. Plain and simple. It's not like they're facing a tough pitcher. Okay? Plain and simple, play St. Louis because, once again, outside of Nolan Arenado, they do not want to update the pricing here, and it's just making it very obvious. Now, for GPPs, to be different here is 100% fading St. Louis. Now, I don't think that you should fade them completely because, obviously, the Dylan Carlsons, Tyler O'Neills, these guys are cheap. You know what I mean? These guys are cheap. You can still get them in GPP, no problem. It's about fading the one or two spots where other guys might not go. Like, for instance, Joey Gallo. You know what I mean? If Joey Gallo is looking like he's going to be low-owned, I love him, pairing him with a couple St. Louis guys in the outfield. If he looks like he's going to be incredibly high-owned, maybe pivot off Joey Gallo for another guy in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of strategy you want to do for just like 1-2 pivots can get you the takedown off of what all the pros are going to be using. You know what I mean? Honestly, sometimes all it'll take is a couple pivots, a couple changes, and that's it. But anyways, Max Scherzer, Kyle Gibson, Paul Goldschmidt, Joey Gallo, and Tyler O'Neill is the high five. Love Dylan Carlson as well, obviously, once again. Let's go over to FanDuel. All right, over here on FanDuel. Also, if you're new to the channel, this is the Greenlight Optimizer, by the way. It comes with Greenlight DFS memberships. You get any membership to the site. You get access to the Greenlight Optimizer as well with your subscription. So just to let you know, this optimizer comes with your access. So when you join greenlightdfs.com, make sure you utilize the optimizer that you get with it. All right, so over here on FanDuel, you guys know, once again, Arenado's too cheap over here compared to his price over on DK. So, I mean, look at that. Tyler O'Neill's 4K. Nolan Arenado's only 400 more over here, where he's like over 1,000 more over on DK. So Nolan Arenado is a price problem once again. When it comes to pitching over here, you can do, obviously, I mean, Max Scherzer, like I said, is probably the best floor guy, but he is 11K. If you want to go with a guy like, let me see, Eduardo Rodriguez is 7.4, definitely looks good over here on FanDuel. So, Eduardo, I know it's Oakland, and Oakland can have big games, But Eduardo Rodriguez, like I said, has a good K rate. This Boston offense been giving some run support lately, so he seems like he should be solid here. You could go Logan Gilbert against Texas if you think Texas gets shut out. You never know with Texas, but let me see. How much is Kyle Gibson over here? Kyle Gibson's 8.4, so you could even go that route as well. But I'm going to go with Eduardo just because I like his K rate and his price over here. Bader is popping pretty hard on the Greenlight Optimizer because pretty much he's a cheap exposure to St. Louis that a lot of people might not have. So he's definitely interesting as well. Rendon is popping over here. Dylan Carlson, I mean, at 3.4, you probably got to do it. I mean, especially the Optimizer's definitely wanting him as a value play over here. So it loves him on FanDuel. Let's see. Oh, there's a guy I definitely want. Nate Lowe at only 2.6. Nate Lowe for Texas at only 2.6. Like I said, Seattle struggles. Their bullpen struggles badly versus lefties. They're bottom in the league versus left-handed bats. Nate Lowe just hit 2 home runs last outing, okay? Him and Joey Gallo have been mashing the ball. I think Nate Lowe is way too cheap at 2.6. I think he's fantastic value over on FanDuel. So, Eduardo Rodriguez, Arenado, Carlson, and Nate Lowe is the core on FanDuel. DraftKings, once again, was Max Scherzer, Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson can be any of those other SP2s we talked about. Eduardo Rodriguez, Gilbert, I was about to say Kyle Gibson. And yeah, Eduardo Rodriguez, whatever. Paul Goldschmidt, Joey Gallo, and Tyler O'Neill is the core for DraftKings. All right? Let's get it once again, man. We've been on a hot stretch, and it has been amazing. Let's just keep it going. Let's stay locked in. We have no NBA today, so really MLB gets all the attention that it rightfully deserves. If you have not played MLB DFS yet, you're just doing yourself a disservice, man. Plain and simple. I guess, some people will just play NBA, and when NBA is gone, they just take a break from DFS in general. Don't do that, all right? I mean, if you like making money, then you got to play some baseball DFS because it's been incredibly consistent. We've been having a great time doing it, and that takedown is coming, and I'm excited to celebrate that shit with y'all. Let's get it. Let's get this money tonight. Peace.